Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Market Misfits. We're going to be covering this article. It's about XDC. They've partnered with SBI joint venture, SBI XDC network, APAC with Trade Finex. So this isn't showing a direct correlation with XDC and Ripple, but it's looking like that they have a partner, uh, a mutual partner. So let's look into this article. We're also going to look at the XRP chart, XDC chart. We had a position on that, and it's looking like we could continue to see it um, go up. But let's read into this, and we'll get to the charts. SBI Holdings, a prominent Japanese financial services firm and a partner of Ripple, has revealed a partnership with TradeFinex, a company based in the UAE specializing in the XDC network. So again, here's the tweet right here, showing how the system works. So similar to Ripple's, very similar. Together, they have established SBI XDC Network, APAC company, a collaborative initiative with the goal of advancing the utilization of XDC's network blockchain technology across the Asia Pacific region, with a specific focus on enhancing trade finance and facilitating cross-border payments. So again, just like Ripple. So XDC Network employs smart contracts to tokenize and digitize tangible assets like bonds and trade documents. This approach streamlines global trade operations. Additionally, the network provides a hybrid blockchain usable in both private and public settings. So again, very similar to, and actually, so the XRP Ledger has a public and a private for the institutions, or a retail, basically a retail, and a one for institutions. So let's continue on here. As the exclusive supporter of XDC tokens in Japan, SBI Holdings has extended diverse services related to XDC to cater to its customer base. So wasn't going to go through all the details here, but just wanted to look at this because we had that position going. We're going to take a look at the XRP chart, Bitcoin in just a second. Be being a long-term partnership of Ripple, SBI Group formed a similar collaboration with the San Francisco-based technology company in 2016 to launch SBI Ripple Asia. So let's take a look here at the charts. So we're looking at the total market cap. We're going to look at the total market cap, then we're going to look at the Bitcoin dominance, and then we're going to take a look at Bitcoin and XRP XDC. So I'm going to try to go through these fairly quickly, but we're still here at this resistance. So we actually broke this resistance on the market cap. We're at 1.63 trillion total market cap. This is kind of looking like a cone right here to me, and we have some pretty big divergence right now, maybe a rising channel, but so we have some divergence right here. So I'll highlight this. Just kind of keep this in mind as we're going through the rest of the chart. So we have that and here we have going up. So opposites, this is saying that we're losing momentum, that sell or buyers are losing momentum. So this is backtracking historical data, averaging it out, and you know, so this is showing that we're seeing a shift in momentum from buying to selling. So selling is happening faster than buying as we're approaching this or at this daily resistance right here. So let's take a look at the Bitcoin dominance. So we posted this in the group earlier. We are looking like when you see this kind of price action right here, this is a descending channel. So we're not really seeing any big impulses, but we're holding to these boundaries right here. So on a larger time frame, you can spot this stuff because you see this type of price action. Let's go down to the 1 hour. So previously we had broken a trend, and actually it's looking like, and we hit a support. So it's looking like we could be about to just going straight up off these. Boom, boom. Want to connect three if we can. Okay, so spike jumped out. So to me, this is more accurate than drawing the line across here, because previously, before any of this was here, people were probably going short whatever right here. I don't know if you can trade the Bitcoin dominance, but it looks like a spike there. But anyways, that might have just been a spike in, Bitcoin. But anyways, so down here, it's looking like we have some bullish divergence. We have broken out of this again. We haven't seen a low down here. Okay, there's no divergence right here on this one. Get which time frame that was, but I think it was a 15-minute. But anyways, we'll look at this first. So we still hadn't came down to this low down here. If we come down here and miss this supporting trend and we see a reversal cross right here on the Bitcoin dominance and we get above 51.43%, then there's a stronger chance that we could see, Bitcoin go up over altcoins. So it was looking like we were going to maybe see it was looking like we were maybe going to see some altcoins, and we have seen some altcoins go up, but there's some that are still lagging around. So let's take a look at XRP. So this is off of one of the signals that we had put out on the break right here, and it hasn't hit this SL. One of the parameters that we did put up did, but on the MT4 that we're running on, and then the TradingView, this one, it did not hit. So we entered again right here at this break. So we had a trend on a smaller time frame. This will be a trend for XRP. So actually should look at Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Bitcoin after this. So we had a break here, noticed it here, hit it. It looks like we're retesting this. We're looking for on XRP is to see if we get this inverse head and shoulders finished off here. So I'm seeing or not inverse head and shoulders. This will be, or I guess it could be. Let's wait and see. But so we had to go down right there, and then we spiked. I'm looking at this spike right here. And so to call this, maybe not exactly like this, but looking for something similar to this, maybe, if it just takes off from here, then if it just takes off from here, then it would look like this, something like this. But normally we've been coming down. I say normally, more times than not, we've been coming down and forming another low. In times that we haven't on XRP on the 1 hour, because this is what we've been running on. Say like if we get consolidation coming up, excuse me, like this, or wedge, or rising wedge, which this does happen quite a bit, we'll get a tank down, excuse me, and then we'll, continue up. One thing that's adding to this bullish outlook is this spike right here. So this is like a type of spring, and we did break this resistance trend going across here. We did have a breakout right here. And so, just looking at the different possibilities. So if something happens, excuse me, that this position gets get a higher conviction on this, then would be ready for it. So, excuse me, just looking at the bigger picture here, so we broke this cycle here. We went clear down, and this is another thing that makes it bullish right here. When we came down, we actually lost this position here, and we wiped all this out. So to me, not only that spring over here, but now we have the spring over here when we're zoomed out on this time frame. To everybody in the group, y'all let me know what cycle is this right here? If we break out, what cycle would that be? If we do some consolidation up here, then what would this also, what would this cycle be? So looking at, yeah, this is just hypothetical. This one, not so much. If we break out, we've been going over the market cycles, the different cycles of the market. So trading along with the Wyckoff type strategy with the market cycles using sediment and a simple break of structure, descending a wedge into support after the breach of. So, anyways, let me know what y'all think. What are these two yellow? What would these two yellow cycles be in the four types of market cycles? So let's go out to the daily. Let's take all this off of here real quick. I just want to take a look at the daily real fast on XRP. Then we're going to look at XDC, and let's take a look right fast. So on the weekly, it wasn't looking so hot. We're running, this is demo right here. So not making calculated moves here, but we are in the MT4 and on KuCoin. But on the daily yesterday, we had indecision. So this candle right here, this candle right here, this green one, I mean, move that. So this green one right here, where there was barely any green left, you know, that's with the wick being as long as it is on top here, to me, that's more bearish because the wick on the top is longer than the wick on the bottom, despite this closing green. You know, we have about 10 hours left on this candle, so it's going to be interesting to see if we cover up here, if we get a daily close above 64.6, then that will make me think that we are priming to go, you know, to the moon, of course, right? So that's the word. But do I think it's possible? Yes, I do think that it's possible. Anything is possible. So if we went up, boom, and hit 67 cents, came back down, retest this, then here would be our pattern on the daily. Now, let's take a look right here and just show you the channel. So this is our setup that we've been trading. And actually, what we're seeing so far is that after Bitcoin did its initial, and this is the main thing. So we had like 30 wins, and we had like about 30 wins, and then we had about 3 losses. And so we started out with like a 90, or no, sorry, it was 85%. I think it was 85% win ratio. So that was outstanding. And then when Bitcoin first dropped, or I say first drop, when the last drop that it made, so we were right over, shoot, I think we were right around, actually, I think we were right around here, up here. And this was it, I think. But so after this is when we started running into all those losses. Say all those losses, we've had probably like 7 losses. It's been like 7 losses on XRP on the larger time frames. The 1 hour, we've had a couple on the 3 minute where we've been really focusing on, but you know, all of nearly all of them have happened after that initial drop on Bitcoin before it started consolidating. So, anyways, here's our price structure. Descending, it's a descending channel on the daily. Look at it, and boom, here's our wedge, descending wedge. It's gone deep in past support right here, but we are at a psychological support, 60 cents on nearly on the nose right here. And so looking for a close above into on the daily at 65 cents or higher. I'll put this up here, and then looking for a close here, because if we get past these, then this is another way that I'm seeing it right here, or a way that you could look at it. So boom, we have one bottom, you know, just looking at the bigger picture. If we come up and close, so I'm looking at this yellow price up here. So if we close above here at 67,273. So if we close in at, you know, 60, anywhere nearer 68, then that would be a daily close above this, and this would complete a double bottom on this pullback for XRP. So anyway, several ways to look at it. Let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick before we go anywhere else, just to get an idea. Right here, so we had a position here. I don't know if this is the one we put in the group. I think that it is, but so anyways, right here, this is looking bullish to me. We are on Bitcoin. We are at 42. We're going into 43K. So this is the consolidation that we've been waiting to break out of. You know, which way we break, it's going to be hard to tell. So today is the deadline for today's the deadline for the spot Bitcoin ETF applications. So not really sure if that's going to impact the price much. I mean, there's not going to be, I mean, there hasn't been announced that there's going to be any decisions made on this day, I don't believe. But, you know, so the deadline is there, and that's that. We're going to see what happens and just continue to track the best we can. So we're a bit at this middle support here inside of this channel with our support and resistance on the 1 hour. We get a break above basically 40 in close to 45. We go right here at 45, and we get a 4 hour close or an hourly close, daily close preferably, then or weekly even at that. So the bigger the time frame that you get the close above this stuff, then the more bullish that is, because anything can happen in an hour. One can close up here, and the next hour one can close down here, you know. But with the higher time frames, if the longer it holds, the better chance we have it moving up out of here. So just looking at this sentiment, knowing that we're kind of in the middle of a range right here before we go looking at, should have looked at this first, but anyways, so here we are. We're going to see what happens here, but just looking to break on Bitcoin up past near 45 or a breakdown below at around 40,000. So we break down below 40,500. So if we get closed down here on a 4 hour or daily, then we'll be looking to see what happened here on a retest if we came back up and the support flip resistance and what would happen here. Also, if price comes down to this support, we happen to say go out here and clear this stuff out. Let's say we go up and that happens, boom, we wipe everyone out, and then it look like we're going to go up and we go down and we wipe out, or we get down back down to this place. It's important just to have simple stuff like this marked up so you know where to look for a higher probability setup, just like where we are now. We are at a supporting trend, but it's better if you're a support zone and a supporting trend. Nonetheless, we're getting our oversold confirmed, our low confirmed on the RSI. And then, you know, but also keeping in mind, hey, we're in the middle of the channel, but there is a supporting trend. But if something happens, we break out of that triangle and come down here, we'll be watching to see if some kind of price action pattern comes out and we get like a whiplash kind of deal. So maybe a large spike. Bitcoin likes to do this kind of stuff. So we have the support resistance, got a couple options for, let's take a look and see on the hour. We'd be looking for a break past. If this were to happen and we just go blasting out of here, then I'd be looking for some kind of retest right here on the smaller time frames. And we would definitely be hopping on and covering this if this happens. Whichever scenario happens, we're going to be covering that. Let's go back to the 4 hour real quick, and then we'll move on and take a look at XDC. So here's the supporting trend referring to right here. Boom. So then we have one going here. So here we are. We got a supporting trend. We got several touches here. Boom on the 4 hour. And this kind of looks like a broadening cone a little bit, equidistant broadening cone. It's been trading for over 5 years, and it's only been about 6 months since knowing about this pattern, 7 months. But this is the same as a bear flag or bull flag when it's equidistant or if it's descending or ascending, but it's just backwards. So it's a broadening cone. And this is to ramp up and get, this is another video. We'll cover this pattern, but not gonna get into details on that. But it's basically to continue gaining liquidity. And I've noticed bigger moves off of this pattern. But anyways, let's take a look. So this is what we'd be looking for. This is what everyone in the world's looking for right here is a simple, straight, clean sign of power here and sign of strength, and then retest. Nice, perfect double bottom on the support as resistance turns support, and we go off. But let's take a look at XDC. So we recently had this signal in, and nearly right after we put this sucker in, it hit the first right here, and then it hit our second target. Let's go on a larger time frame and take a look at this because we're gonna get a better idea of what's going on here. So this is going off of that announcement that, and this is how preferably, this is what you want to see in doing analysis. You want to see what you're seeing in the news, developments with the, the project, like we're seeing partnerships. That's huge. That's what this was right here. I didn't have any idea that that was going to happen, but a lot of times these types of events, and I had a friend ask me about this. He asked like, okay, well, in trading, it's like, how do you, what's going to stop you from losing money when events happen? Not just like news events, like partnerships, but macro events. It's like, well, as a passive technical day trader, mathematical trader, you calculate for that to happen. But the majority of the time, and this is the key, the majority of the time, something like this is going to build up as the progress in that development continues. So, and that's where these price action patterns come from. This is why we saw this accumulation with what it's looking like. We're looking for a break right here across this first long target into 6 cents on the daily. So, but that's where this comes from. I don't know if this was from the speculation of, or the beginning of, or whatever, but we got a really strong impulse, really strong daily candle right here, looking for another boost out of here. So if we close a day and we close up here, say at 6 cents, or say if we get a big candle, you'll never know what's going to happen. Be definitely looking at the retest and how long it takes to retest. If it comes down in one day and shrinks back up, then that's going to be different, opposed to if see it doing a consolidation and this takes longer. Nothing wrong with that, but it does, if it does do this, then that's plenty of time to look and see what's happening with the development. Try the best that you can to align your price action with what your fundamentals are, what's moving the market overall, the ETF speculation and the halving for the whole market, and what's driving this right now. We just covered part of it. So, continuing to cover that stuff and then coming over here and reading the price action, getting a match. That's your golden scenario. So we're teaching some of that stuff inside of the Misfits as far as market cycles, Wyckoff, just the fundamentals. We want everyone to have a foundation of understanding as to what this stuff is. So we're not just jumping into candlestick charts and reversals and trying to figure out which way the market's going to go, but identifying emotions, how they coincide with different parts of cycles, and what's the core of seeing the end of a market cycle, you know, emotionally and on the charts. But if you don't know how to read charts and you would like to know how to read charts, we do have a strategy and all this stuff in alignment with all the software, everything that you need to know to start to read this. Like I can pick this up and read this like a newspaper, go flip through the pages. So anyways, you guys holler if you want to get in and start learning this, you know, this is 100% necessary, I would say, for day trading, and even if you're not day trading, to understand what these candles are saying. This is another language. Understanding what this is saying could help you very much. Just having a basic knowledge of what this stuff is can help you very much in your long-term investments. And so that's why we're covering the big macro picture with everybody in Market Misfits so that we have that foundation, for anybody that doesn't have it that's coming in, we'll have it and, we'll have better odds at winning. So that's what this is all about. But anyways, you guys, let's take a look real quick at the weekly. So here's our pattern here. You see it's a lot smaller for XDC. Here's our boom, boom. If we close the week above same place up into 6 cents or near 6 cents, and looking at this now, this is an accumulation, or this is really looking like an accumulation right here, accumulation phase. So the fact that we had broke out of here on the weekly, see, we couldn't see this on the daily. So we broke out on the weekly and we have retested this area. We did not get a lower low. We took a side step. So breakout, side step. We did not pull back deeper, even though there's this huge weekly fair value gap right here. So let me go from here. For the weekly, this is huge. But assume that the developments with this have been going on for a little while. But this is a weekly fair value gap. This is an imbalance left in the market. Just making note of this real quick. So we got weekly fair value gap right there. But as of now, price action's looking strong. The fundamentals are looking strong. We have 2 days, 11 hours left on the weekly candle, looking for a close near 6 cents to complete this. And then that would give us a much higher conviction that we would continue, more than likely continue to go and hit these other targets up here and eventually go to past the all-time high, which would be into 20 cents for XDC. So we got an accumulation. We got our sign of strength at the SOS. Boom, our impulse out of here. We got our price action pattern, and it's looking like we have weekly divergence down here. So anyways, you guys, that's going to do it for this one. If y'all have any questions, then just reach out and holler, drop a comment, send a message, and we will see y'all on the next one. See ya.